What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the farm. The sap is flowing. We got about 65 taps put in today back on the hill where we worked on our gravity collection system with our lateral lines. Did not really get any video taking. The weather has been absolutely terrible. It was like sideways, driving rain even at some point, so I didn't even attempt to get my phone out to try to take any video. Sorry about that, guys, but we will have plenty of video footage of everything set up the way that it is. But tonight, I am gonna work on getting the sugar shop prepped because at the very least tomorrow, I'm gonna need to get the RO going. So gonna get an RO clean, all taken care of, gonna work on getting all the surfaces sanitized and ready to go. Gonna take the covers off of the boiler, get that all prepped, and going to get the walk-in cooler on and get it started cooling down. I started the RO flush earlier this afternoon, so I just use a peroxide solution. You can see all the oxygen in there. That hydrogen peroxide doing its thing. So I have an RO bucket. It is no longer in the bucket, but this started its life as an RO bucket. Down here we have the hydrogen peroxide solution. It calls for 2 gallons of distilled water. You do not want to use a municipal water source. You don't want it to be chlorinated. So this is 2 gallons of water with 2 cups of 3% hydrogen peroxide. So I ran that instead of run that for about 5 minutes, it ran for about 5 minutes. And then you just let it sit and do its thing for about 2 hours. So it's been a little bit over 2 hours now. So I am going to flush it now with an additional 10 gallons of clean water. We will just take that and flush it through the system, and then it should be ready to go. All the membranes should be good and clean, and we can start running sap through it tomorrow. This is the year I am going to remember to fill all these back up when I create all the distilled water with the RO, so I don't got to go out and buy all these jugs like I do every other year. This is the year. So we like to use a high-proof isopropyl alcohol, basically, to disinfect everything. The reason I like using that, we did that on all these barrels. These are our collection barrels that sit up here. Everything comes up here, sits in these Brute trash cans. These Brute by Rubbermaid. Those are food grade trash can. We use the alcohol next to do some buckets. We're going to use these to help transport the sap back out of the woods. I like using the alcohol because it off-gasses. So you get that good disinfection of the surface, but then you don't get anything left behind, no residue, nothing you got to worry about contaminating any of your sap that would end up working its way over into the syrup. So this afternoon when we were back tapping the trees, we were back there for about an hour, maybe a little bit more, and we had over 10 gallons in our big 275 gallon IBC tote that we have back in the woods that we're using for our big collection vat. So if that pace keeps up, we're gonna be looking at 200 plus gallons that we've collected back there by the time we get to it tomorrow. So right now, the working idea is we had considered using another IBC tote that we had in the back of our John Deere Gator. We wouldn't be able to fill it up all the way, but just to be able to use the capacity of the IBC tote to bring the sap back up here to the sugar shop. But it has just been pouring rain and sloppy wet for about 3 days now. And with us going in and out on the trails in the Gator while we've been working on the lateral lines, I'm thinking that may not work. So tomorrow, our working idea for right now is I'm going to use the same trailer that we have used in years past. I'll see if I can go back and find a picture of it. We'll do it right here. and we will offload into 5-gallon buckets with lids and use that SAP's sleigh, I think I have named it in the past. We will use that trailer to bring the buckets up out of the woods, at least now for the short term. We'll probably only be able to bring out about 60 gallons at a time. So if it is 200, it is going to take a couple of trips, but well worth it not having to carry the buckets up and down the hills back there. Another quick little video for you guys, but I'm just gonna try to include you on as much of this syrup season as I can. So they may be a little bit shorter vlogs this year, but I'm gonna try to get more of them out. So we were just getting ready up here in the sugar shop today. We'll be doing some more of that tomorrow, but just had to be prepared in the event that we do get 200 plus gallons overnight tonight. Looking like it may, so needed to be ready for it, especially with the RO, so we can start chugging away and getting water pulled out of it. And today is Wednesday, and we might be looking at our first boil already Saturday. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, think about hitting that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, y'all, we will see you.